Have you ever looked at your car and thought, man, how can I turn this thing into a real business? Well, today, that's exactly what we're going to dive into. In this explainer, we are breaking down how to start your very own medical courier business using the car you already have. And we're basing this on a guide from Alton, a courier who has personally pulled in over 200 grand a year doing this. So let's just start with what's actually possible here. This is the expert we're learning from. And that number, $200,000 in revenue, 2 years straight. That really shows you the incredible potential. This isn't just some tiny side gig. If you do it right, this can be a serious source of income. So, what exactly is a medical courier? Well, think of yourself as a super important link in the whole healthcare chain. You're the one making sure medical supplies, prescriptions, and lab specimens get from point A to point B safely and on time. You're working with clients like pharmacies, dental offices, and medical supply warehouses. And you know what the best part is? You don't need some special van or a big truck. The car that's sitting in your driveway right now, that's your ticket into this business. Seriously, the barrier to entry is just incredibly low. Okay, so let's get into it. What do you actually need to get the wheels rolling on this thing? You might be kind of surprised at just how straightforward the basic requirements are. Let's break them down. The core stuff is pretty simple. First, you've got to decide on a business structure. Second, you need to be at least 18. And third, you just need a valid driver's license. Now notice what's not on that list. You don't need to be a registered nurse or have any kind of special medical license. Just a regular driver's license. Let's look a little closer at that first step, choosing your business structure. You can just operate under your own name, which is for sure the easiest way to get started. Or you can form an LLC. Now, this makes you look a bit more professional, it separates your personal stuff from your business stuff, and this is the big one, it gives you liability protection. It's a really key decision you'll want to make early on. All right, this brings us to one of the biggest questions people have when they're thinking about this line of work. What kind of car do I actually need? Let's clear that up right now. And here's the answer, and it might surprise you. The specific type of car you have, it doesn't really matter. Seriously, Alton has seen successful couriers using everything from mopeds in big cities like New York all the way up to large trucks. So whether you drive a little sedan or a big SUV, you can get started. But while the type of vehicle isn't a huge deal, its age often is. And why is that? Well, it's pretty simple. Companies want reliability. A good rule of thumb is to have a vehicle that's a 2010 model or newer. That seems to be the sweet spot that keeps most companies happy because it reassures them that their deliveries won't get delayed by a breakdown. Okay, so once your business structure and your vehicle are all sorted out, it's time to get certified. There are 2 key certifications you'll almost always need. You should think of these as your keys to entry. They're the credentials that prove to companies that you're qualified and that you're trustworthy. First up is your HIPAA certification. This is all about patient privacy. It basically makes sure you know how to properly handle really sensitive info, like social security numbers and medical diagnoses. This is a total non-negotiable for companies, but the good news is you can usually get the training done in about an hour. The second one is the blood-borne pathogen certification. Now, I know this sounds way more intense than it actually is. It's not about you being directly exposed to dangerous stuff. It's mainly about managing risk, learning the right way to handle and clean up a potential spill, and knowing who you need to call. It's really just a safety-first qualification. And the great thing is, you can often find these certifications bundled together. The guide we're following actually points to a package that not only includes both certs, but also gives you a list of over 75 apps to find work, resume templates, and business documents. It's basically a complete starter kit to get you on the road fast. Okay, so you're certified, you're ready to go. The biggest question now is, where do you actually find the work? So let's look at the action plan for finding those high-paying routes and gigs. So here are some of the top platforms to start your search. You've got your general job boards like Indeed, but also specialized apps like GoShare and Freight, that's FRAYT.com. Lab Logistics and Courier Gigs are also excellent resources, and a newer player with some major national contracts is Complete Delivery Systems. You could start building out your profiles on these platforms today. At the end of the day, this is about more than just making money. As our source, Alton, emphasizes, for a lot of people who have jumped in, gotten certified, and started driving, this opportunity has been genuinely life-changing. And that kind of brings us to the final question, right? We've laid out the what, the how, and the where. The requirements are simple, the startup costs are super low, and the potential is huge. So the only question left to answer is this the side hustle you've been searching for?